it's called the Sega Genesis Fight Pad, right? Fight Pad. Let me see if I can find it. It's like an octagon. It's an octagon shaped little pad. Fights. Is it a fight circle? Look how my face is turned up. It's like a fight circle, and it's a. Oh, here it is. All right, let's do that. I found it. So what you do in this, you come in and you're just trying to fight in it, right? And it's supposed to record your motions. And then it was horrible. It was horrible to make one of these, right? You see how it all comes together, right? So recently, some modders, they did this for Guilty Gear. Check it out real quick. Like, I just thought this was really cool. Look. Yo, that's dope. We are in the future. We are in the future, man. We are in the freaking future, guys. Wait, hold on. That is dope. That is really cool. You ain't hitting no combos with that. Well, see, so all right. So. All right. I want you guys to notice what he's doing right here. I'm gonna turn the sound off. I want you to notice what he's doing. He's not doing any, like, of course that's a move or whatever. But what he did was instead of programming the game to, you know, he do a motion, have to do a legit motion, and then do it. He has it set up to where it's like a macro, to where you hit a button and it does a move. So like specifically like that's a grab move, right? So that means he has to do a command grab. So you have to do a specific motion, and then you have to push a certain set of buttons or a button, right? So he just made his motions into macros, and I was like, yo, that's freaking genius. So my question is for him, it's like, how do you make your character walk? How do you make him block? And then, like, to where TBG, not why I call you TBG, Brown Rat Dad, my bad. Where Brown Rat Dad is talking about right here is like, yo, how do you pull off the combo? And it's like, yo, it's gonna be up to the developer to if this becomes a thing, it's up to the developer to figure that out. You know, I think this is cool. This is what the Xbox was trying to do, and they did a horrible job of it. Same thing with PlayStation. They did a really, really bad job of putting this together. Now, you couldn't macro account. Yes, you could, but that would still be on the developer. All right, so especially playing something like Guilty Gear, there's a lot of meta. There's a lot of technical things that you have to do in that game. Like you have micro dashes, you have to jump up, you have to do a super jump, you have dust offs, you have all sorts of stuff that goes into that, and it's just not I just have to hit these few buttons right here and combine them all, because that turns into something that's cheating. Like that's some of that can be looked at as cheating, right? Very similar to the issue that they're having with the hitbox right now. There's certain things on the hitbox that just aren't fair, right? So if you hold back and then hit forward in punch, that's all you have to do is just push forward and punch at that point to get the sonic boom out for Guile, right? But Guile's sonic boom isn't supposed to be thrown out repeatedly like a fireball from Ken and Ryu, right? So in a sense, that's kind of cheating. Or they took it out. It was a thing a while ago to where you can punch and block at this. Like you can, what was it that you can block from both sides if you're getting crossed up? It's some weird stuff like that because you're holding both buttons up down at the same time, right? So you're always at this unfair advantage, and I kind of see that here unless everybody has it, you know. And one of the things that I've been saying is only my opinion. Y'all MFs can get mad at me if you want to. I don't mind. Be mad at me. But I think hitboxes should be banned a little bit here. Because the hitbox doesn't really talk about skill. It's not a skill thing, right? It is a thing that is let me rephrase that. It is a skill. It's a different type of skill. But if it's not from the traditional, hey, this is from the arcade or this is from your console, I don't think it should be allowed. You know, it's kind of like turning on the turbo button. There's tons of games out there that have competition where it's like, no, you're not allowed to have the turbo button on. There's tons of competitions that say you can't use this particular controller or this particular thing. And I think there should be rules in there that say that. But that's just me. But moving on from that, the other part of this is I think Rip came up with something. Here it is. Rip came up with something too. Wait, we're gonna pause this real fast. What if Tekken had motion controls and simple inputs? After seeing Super Lewis 64 do it with Guilty Gear Strive, I was intrigued. So tiring. My body is super sore now. Took a day to program. Why I didn't sleep before ICFC, but let me know if you have any ideas. So let's look at what Rip has. See, his makes a little bit more sense. His makes a little bit more sense, and here's the reason why his makes more sense. It's because of the game that he's playing. You see, so his makes that much more sense because Tekken, you have a left arm, you have a right arm. You have a left arm, you have a right arm, right? You have a left leg, you have a right leg, and if you do a particular motion position, it should automatically do it. See, he did like this, and it mimicked the character there, right? He did this, of course it does the uppercut, right? So now it makes more sense if the person has a rear back move, all you got to do is do like this, that does the next part of the combo, and you do like that, it does the second part of the combo. So like King, he has these cross chops. So the first part of it is this, and next part of it is that, right? That makes sense to me. You duck, bop, bop. That makes sense. So I think Rip is onto something. The one for Guilty Gear, not so much. I think that's a whole lot more cheating. But I think this is a great way to exercise, and I wish that Microsoft would have done, and PlayStation for that matter, would have done something like this. And this goes back to the thing that I was talking about before. Earlier when I was on my rant about being upset about OBS and who they're listening to and who they're not listening to, right? My problem with this is there's all sorts of people out there that are creating incredible stuff. Instead of going to these guys that are really, really creative and really knowing what they're doing, or they're willing to spend those countless hours on that particular thing, they go to somebody else that they think is a subject matter expert on that particular thing, and they just give them this, I want to say misinformation, but they're giving them information that just like, dude, come on. So here's an example of what I'm talking about. And another hot take. They went to Justin Wong for Marvel vs. Capcom 2, right? For the arcade 1-up edition of Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I'm not saying Justin Wong isn't a subject matter expert at Marvel vs. Capcom 2. However, they can get more than him to get that thing worked up, you know? Or for that matter, what's his name? We were talking about it last night. Me and Weapon Under were talking about it. with the updates. They go to the professionals, they go to Nee and all these other cats and say, hey, what can be fixed, what can happen. And for some of those guys that are Brian made, they went to the top Brian players, and a lot of those, well, I wouldn't say even a lot, like 2 of them were like, there's nothing wrong with Brian, keep him like that. Whoa, hold on, there's a lot of stuff going on with Brian that needs to be fixed. I think Brian's one of the characters that might need to be buffed a little bit. But again, in my opinion, they're not thinking about the smallest end user. They're just thinking about, hey, this is what we want right now. Versus, taking a guy like Rip and going, hey, you know some of this stuff, or taking that other gentleman there, I forgot what his name was, is it Louis, and saying, hey, we saw the technology you had. Hey, grab a team of people that and then we'll once you do that, we'll interview them and vet them, and then we'll put you along with our team, and we'll just kind of go from there. Like get some other people besides these other cats, and I think the world will be happy. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. Opinions like buttholes. We all got them, and they all stink. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Hey, you made it this far. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you like this video right here. Also, follow me on my social media platforms that I have there: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, even Twitch, MD Soul, everything. Thanks. Have a good one, y'all.